Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are joining me from today. I'm Annie Altamirano, and this is my YouTube channel, Empowering Teachers Worldwide. And welcome to the first video of the series, Bringing Poetry into Your English Lessons. We'll be exploring how poetry can bring life, color, and creativity to your English lessons. Many teachers tell me that they love to do poetry and they like reading poetry and they would love to do poetry with their students, but they have a lot to do already in the syllabus. And I completely understand that. But there's one thing, poetry doesn't have to be an add-on. It can be woven naturally into what you are already teaching, reading, writing, listening, and speaking, of course. So let's look at why poetry deserves a place in the language classroom. Um, now, first of all, let's have a look at the benefits of using poetry. Poetry surrounds us every day. It's in, I don't know, in song lyrics, in adverts, even in the rhythm of a social media post. It's a natural way to play with words and express feelings, and that's what makes it such a powerful classroom tool. Mhm. Uh, so, first of all, poetry uh, helps learners develop a love for sounds, for words in the language they are learning. Mhm. Young people enjoy rhythm, repetition, rhyme. They instinctively start chanting and echoing new phrases, particularly when they are young, very young. That playful sound awareness builds a strong foundation for pronunciation, stress, and intonation. Secondly, um, it builds a positive atmosphere in the classroom. Uh, Short, accessible poems give learners a sense of achievement. They can understand, enjoy, and even create something in English, and that success is very motivating. Thirdly, poetry enriches vocabulary. It helps our students develop their vocabulary. Even simple poems are full of authentic language and collocations that students can use in real life. Unlike textbook examples, poetry makes words memorable because they are linked to emotions and imagery. And finally, poetry caters for all learning styles, because your musical learners will love the rhythm of poetry. Uh, uh, your visual learners will enjoy imagery and layout and creating visual companions to literature. And the social learners can perform in pairs or in groups. So let's think how we can include poetry within the curriculum. Mm. We can use poetry to introduce a theme, yes? Or it can wrap up a unit. If you're teaching a topic like the seasons, for example, you can use a haiku to start the lesson. If you're working on feelings, you can bring in a simple free verse poem to prompt discussion. Poetry can also activate prior knowledge. For example, you can start by asking students, do you know any poems in your own language? Or what's a song that feels like a poem to you? These questions will depend, of course, on the age and level of your students, but that immediately connects new learning with something familiar. It can also help establish a theme. Show a little short poem and ask, what is this poem really about? Let students build the essential questions for the lesson themselves. And also, poetry can focus on facts. Imagine students summarizing what they have learned about the water cycle or the planets in a poem. It's a creative yet rigorous way to consolidate knowledge. So, let me give you a few practical tips. Hmm? Um, let's move on. Uh, First of all, choose short, accessible poems. Mhm. Poems with familiar language. Yes, you don't have to look for poems, uh, I don't know, poems by the classics, for example. Uh, Always read the poems aloud. Yes, or better, ask the students to read the poems. Uh, this makes poetry come alive when it's heard. Also, discuss with the students how language creates images, moods, depending on the words that are chosen. Yes, explore the vocabulary of the poem. For example, adjectives, metaphors, similes. Encourage curiosity and interpretation. There isn't one correct answer for the poems. Yes. Also, explore different types of poems. There are lots: cinquains, haikus, long poems, short poems, sonnets. Expose the students to different types of poems. But most importantly, enjoy. mm, uh, Poetry. Yes, if we can show students that reading poetry is pleasurable, then we've done our job. So, poetry isn't just literature for advanced learners. It's playful, it's expressive, it's inclusive. Mhm. So, try starting your next lesson with a poem and see how your students respond. In the next video, we'll look at how to get your students writing poetry themselves, even those who say, I can't write poems. So, see you soon, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell and subscribe for more teaching ideas. So, that's all for today, and see you soon.